Good afternoon. I had posted this on a fellow student's critique page, but I felt that some iPhone photo tips might help the entire class, and since the instructor asked, I figured I might as well do something a little bit better than a write-up. I'll do a short video to go through some of the features that might help for taking better photos with the iPhone. Uh, As you may know, with the latest release or latest software update, Apple has added this handy little photo icon down here where you can just push on it, pull up, and it brings you directly into the photo screen. Now, I've found that using the flash is not always the best option. I like to keep that off, and as well, I turn on the grid, which under the options thing, which should be in the center. The very first one, I doubt that you can read it. Sorry, my camera here doesn't have a focus. But the very first option is a grid, and this helps you align the subject up and helps keep in mind the rule of thirds. You also have an option for taking an HDR photo. This is great for outdoors if you have steady hands. If you don't have steady hands, then you'll probably get blurry photos. So we can go ahead and turn on the grid. Now go ahead and line up what you're planning on taking a picture of, and if need be, you can use 2 fingers to zoom in and also pinch to zoom out. I'm going to zoom in. This is a project that I'm working on for class. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry before I do the final assembly. Now, all you have to do to lock in the focus is to tap wherever you want the focus to be, and do you see the flashing box? Let's try that again. Just click, and the box pulses a couple of times, and then it flashes around your fingers. And down at the very bottom, it says AE/AF lock. This means that your exposure and your focus is locked. Now, if everything looks good to you on the screen, go ahead and take your photo. And I like to take 3. That way, if there's any shake to my hands or for some reason I lost that focus briefly, 3 pictures or 3 times taking the photo will help you get a collection and a nice selection that you can pick from to choose the one that's most in focus. And that's pretty much it. I believe the focus lock is available when you go into the FaceTime view. Yep, there it is. Obviously this isn't that great because I'm just showing the camera. And I believe it's even available if you're doing video. And you can see by default it tries to lock in focus, and usually it does a really good job, but sometimes it doesn't focus on what you want it to focus on. I'll switch back to video, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this feature as well, but you can slide and go to your last photo and slide back to get to the camera, so you don't have to hit the button down here. Now there's also a couple of adjustments that we can make on the iPhone itself. Once we're on the photo, if we tap, we can bring up the, we might not be able to do it here. Let's go into the camera roll. We'll go ahead and tap on a photo, and it doesn't look like it's available. There is the ability to set options or adjust the options of the photo itself. Here we go. You actually have to go into the Photos app on the phone itself. Now, there's an icon in the bottom left where you can email the photo, send it to a message, sign it to a tweet, all those options. But in the top right, there's the edit option. Once we go in there, we can use the magic wand, which is the second option in, and that'll make auto enhancements. Adjust the levels, the contrast, and try to get things looking a little bit sharper. This works 98% of the time. One really nice feature is when you use this auto enhance and plug your iPhone in to pull the photos off, if you take that photo into Photoshop, it'll open the photo up in Camera Raw settings, which gives you a lot more features for making adjustments. You also have an option, the third option on, or second option from the right, is red eye adjustment. Obviously this isn't going to work here because it's not a person and there's no red eye to correct. But all you have to do is tap where the eyes are and you get that adjustment. You also can crop straight from the phone. So, and their handles are actually really friendly. And you can see it resizes the photo as you go through. And you just hit crop, make sure the auto enhancement's on, hit save. And now I could take this into Photoshop, and like I said, with the auto enhancement on, you get the photo dumped into Camera Raw when you bring it directly into Photoshop. If you email the photo or tweet the photo, download it that way, it doesn't work. It doesn't bring it into Camera Raw, and I'm not even sure why turning on the auto enhancement and bringing it in to Photoshop does that. But I hope this has helped. If you need me to clarify anything, I'd be happy to try to clear it up. Thanks for watching. Real quick before I actually wrap up this video, this is probably just going to be posted on at the very end, but I've noticed when I try to take a photo indoors of my artwork, and this is most noticeable on a piece of white paper or really just about anything taken indoors. There's often a distortion in the center and around. The color becomes pink or green, and this is actually caused by the fluorescent lights and could also be caused by the old incandescent light bulbs as well. The shutter speed on the iPhone is such that it captures this distortion. The human eye can't perceive it, but the iPhone does. And to eliminate this variance in your artwork, this distortion, you'll want to take your artwork outdoors and shoot it in natural light. This will keep your whites pure, and I've never had any issue shooting outdoors with the iPhone. Once again, I hope this has helped, and thank you so much for watching.